Hello, hello. Welcome back to Fallout New Vegas. Hey, Jake, or
Something on your
Marcus. Just saying hello.
See you.
So Jacobstown has a very interesting story that I don't think really gets touched on in the game. Jacobstown was the name of a town founded by Marcus in Fallout 2 in the Broken Hills region of California. He named it after a Brotherhood member who he had become friends with after they had fought for days until both ran out of ammo and then just talked. And they became friends, and it became a town where mutant schools and supermutants could live in harmony. But now they're here because the NCR pushed them away.
Bother someone else. I don't want anything to do with you.
Alright, see ya. Good to talk with you, bud. Alright. Hey, Doc.
Is there something else I can do for?
Arcade Gannon has asked me to gather all former members of the Enclave in the Mojave.
I'm intrigued, so I'll go to this reunion. I'll be handing things over to Calamity, so talk to her if anything comes up. Oh, you'll need my word from the passphrase to get into the bunker. Friends. Don't forget it.
Remember old Navarro, friends.
Yes, yes.
Doc Henry always was a hard one to figure out. It didn't seem to matter whether he was working with humans or dogs. He had an equal lack of affection for both. A regular Diogenes. I'm not sure what the man was after. Knowledge is power, but to what end for Henry, I have no idea. The problem was what mattered to him, not its practical impact. He simply solved riddles because they existed.
His work was all that mattered to him. After World War Blues, it seems pointless to do all of that without a goal.
I'm sure Henry has goals. He was just more concerned with the how than the why of things. Being in the Enclave didn't really mean much to him. I guess I'm lucky that I'm part of the followers. Helping people as a doctor is important, but with the followers, it feels different. It feels like we're working towards something more important. That's more than the sum of the good deeds that we do.
I love him. I really, really, really love him. He's such a good character. Alright. So let's make our way along. I can't wait to play the rest of the Fallout series on channel. It'll be fun. Of course, after I'm done with this one, I might want to take a break for a little while, go to something else. Of course, if people want me to play other things sooner, they can always vote for them on the Discord or the Ko-fi. I have Fallout 3 and several large-scale New Vegas mods and New Vegas challenge runs all available as options on the Discord. Alright, let's pick this. And maybe we can find a quicker way down the mountain. Let's quick save. I wonder if I can find a way up over some of the bumps here to get down faster.
In a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too.
Bum. We want to get to West Side and pick up our pick up old Betsy. I feel like if I'm gonna find a way down this slope, it's gonna be over here somewhere. God, we're fucking things up. I love my team.
Of hostilities complete.
Oh, careful, boy. I feel like if there's a way down, it's right around this corner.
Time to fight.
Good job, crew.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Well, there's definitely something down here if there's all these
Time to
cazadors.
Guys dealt with.
Alright, cool. Good job, crew. It's gonna be more further ahead, I can tell. God, this area is beautiful.
This one looks pretty tough. Dealt with.
God, the crew's terrifying. There's another couple further along. Oh man, we're going off map. Where does this lead? Is this some sort of Boschian nightmare? That was a very obscure reference to a YouTube series, if anybody knows what I mean. If you know what I'm referencing, call it out down below. Oh, they got a nest
Time
here.
to fight. Was that all?
Nothing unique here. Oh. Oh, it was one of the few fat men in the game.
Sneaking done. Fighting now.
Good job, crew. Spooky little creatures. Alright. Still cutting through the canyon. Careful now. Ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. What do we got here?
Let's
Sneaking done.
here.
Oh shit, I'm scratching an itch. Okay,
Bad guys dealt with.
everyone doing okay? Oh, wait, there's gonna be more. Oh, did we just... We just looped around to Red Rock. Huh. I mean, I talked about it off stream, but I want to go visit Red Rock and also deal with the Powder Gangers, so we just accidentally found our way to our destination.
Let's kick this.
Time to fight.
Good job, crew. Also, be careful, Veronica.
Bad guys dealt with.
With the Fallout TV show heading towards Vegas, it would be super cool to see some of the companions reappear. Also, that lag spike was in-game. Don't worry, it wasn't the stream. Alright. Look at this. Zero rad drinking water. Okay. Let's switch around our quest. Wildcard side bets. Great cons. Take me to your leader.
Later. Indulgent. What rhymes with indulgent? If all... No, that's terrible. Fuck, Benny.
Wonder if anything
We'll make him
rhymes
pay
with
for
cat.
stabbing us
I like
in
you,
the back.
stranger.
How do you
stood
spell
by us when not many would.
gesticulate? 1, 2, 3. Damn it, too many syllables. What do you want?
You good, homie? What are you doing?
Nothing really. Just trying to psych myself up to try my initiation. Again.
Good facial expressions there. What is this initiation?
Everybody has to do it. Well, everybody who wants to be a con anyways. They toss you into the ring there and beat on you for a solid minute. If you survive, you're in.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Sure, maybe not if you're some hulking reprobate like Regis or big to the gills like Jack. I've tried 5 times and still haven't made it.
It sounds like you're not happy being a great con. Maybe be happier someplace else.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I can find my true calling, someplace they'll appreciate my poetry. Someplace like the old Mormon fort, maybe. Do you think the followers of the apocalypse would take me? I remember all those books they brought us when they visited our tribe.
Why don't you go there and find out?
I don't know. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The cons wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
I could ask them for you.
You'd do that? Thanks. I mean, I'd go myself, but what if they said no? The cons wouldn't take me back, and then I'd have nobody.
Can you tell me a bit about the Great Cons?
I can tell you they're a bunch of big dumb jerks with no appreciation for art. I mean, can you believe their initiation?
I had other questions.
Sure, okay.
Actually, I didn't. See ya.
Bye.
Hang on.
Oh,
Actually,
look,
I do.
It's the...
What were you doing? Sounds like you were writing poetry.
Oh, you heard that, huh? Okay, so, yeah, I was writing poetry. I know, it's not a very great con-like thing to do. The followers of the apocalypse came to our camp when I was a kid, and they brought a bunch of old books. I used to read pre-war poetry for hours.
Why isn't why isn't poetry great con-like?
Have you seen this tribe? If it's not an epic drunken ballad of cracking skulls and hearing lamentations, they think it's a waste of time.
You don't sound too eager for your initiation.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I'm not. But what else can I do? Sure, okay.
I'd like to hear some of your poetry.
You would? Really? Okay, well then, here goes. I wrote this limerick the last time I went to Freeside. There once was a fellow called Garrett, whose sister she did love to bear it. She flashed it around all over town, so if you would screw her, beware it. I got kicked out of the Atomic Wrangler for that one.
I see why.
That's it. What do you think?
I really liked that.
You liked it? Wow, you're the first one who ever did.
It was funny.
Whatever.
Just if you move to Old Mormon Fort, don't
Indulgent.
say it again.
Rhymes with indulgent. You fall. No, that's terrible.
Diane's going nuts
There
trying to
once
find
was
a
a
new
man of
contact in the
stout heart.
Fiends now that Motor Runner's dead.
Heart. What rhymes with heart? 1, 2, 3. Damn it! Too many syllables.
It's starting to feel
How
like
do you
tensions
spell
are coming to a boil.
gesticulate?
There will be full-scale war soon.
Silver what?
Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome to Red Rock Canyon. Since you've done so much for the Great Cons, Papa Kant told me to let you know you can buy weapons at our armory. You can find it in the basement of the burned-out old building at the mouth of the canyon.
Eyes?
Huh.
No, eyes doesn't rhyme. I wonder if anything rhymes with.
It's a good thing I had
Are
that
you talking
spike of
about-
morality, I
Something about
suppose.
Fuck
Great
Benny.
Cons
We'll make him
suck.
pay for stabbing us in the back.
Fuck Benny. We'll make him pay for stabbing us in the back.
I'm getting real tired of
Oh,
talking.
this fucking dude.
Yeah, go on.
God, I want to kill him. She has red hair.
Caesar's veterans are making short work of the NCR.
Figured she was
And
gonna be
that's what I
unique.
hear.
Something down there. There you go, officially discovered Red Rock Canyon. It's the leader's home up that hill. Alright, here we go. Adobe Red Rock Canyon mod kicking in. Giving them a classic Adobe house. I like the motorcycle.
The first recon butchers are in the field again. I'd love to head down to Forlorn Hope and show them we haven't forgotten.
Oh yeah, I'm worried about Benny now that I think about it. Oh, this is a very well put together building. Huh. Oh. Clearly a modded character. Oh shit. Papa Khan. Regis. Carl.
So the cub enters the wolf's den. What do you want, cub?
Who are you?
You march all the way out to Red Rock Canyon, enter my home as bold as you please, and you have no idea who I am? You've got guts, I'll give you that. Well then, let me educate you. I am the chief of the great Khans. The Khan of Khans, if you like. This is my tribe, and these are my people.
Can you tell me about your people?
You want to hear the story of the great Khans? It's a long one, full of honor, glory, and betrayal. We have suffered, but we will regain our glory.
Maybe you could give me the short version.
In a hurry, are you? Very well, then. The great Khans came east, out of the NCR 14 years ago. We ruled the wastes then, and called no man master. But we underestimated the families of the Strip, and they drove us back to Bitter Springs, where we remained until the NCR arrived and drove us here.
How did the three families defeat you?
They allied with Mr. House, the self-proclaimed master of New Vegas. He supported them with the resources of New Vegas. Weapons, technology, caps. They were better equipped, and we could not stand against them.
What happened at Bitter Springs?
When the NCR came to the Mojave, we thought they would be easy pickings. We raided their caravans, their towns, their camps. They couldn't stop us. At least that's what we thought. They tracked us to Bitter Springs and surrounded us. When our children, our sick and old, fled through a nearby pass, the NCR gunned them down.
That doesn't sound like something the NCR would order.
Oh, they claimed it was a miscommunication, but tell that to those who saw our families butchered. Tell it to the survivors who were banished here. Typical. No reference for history in the younger generations. Farewell.
Yeah? Is that...
I haven't seen you before. What brings you to the Great Khans?
Who are you?
Name's Regis. I'm Papa Khan's advisor and right-hand man. I'm also the chief enforcer of the tribe's laws, so watch your behavior.
Tell me about Papa Khan.
Papa is one of the best leaders the Khans have ever had. He's kept us together through all of our hardships, ever since we left California. Bitter Springs changed him, though. He started to really hate the NCR after the massacre. And sometimes, I worry that's poisoned his mind.
What did you mean by Papa's hatred poisoning his mind?
Nothing. Forget about it. I shouldn't be talking about this with an outsider.
What's your opinion of the NCR, then?
That's a complicated question. They've done horrible things to our people, to be sure, and I've gladly killed many of their soldiers in battle. But I can't bring myself to hate them the way Papa does. Things would damn sure be better for us if they were in charge than Caesar.
So if you were in charge of the tribe, you'd fight with the NCR against Caesar if asked?
I suppose if asked, I would. But that's a moot point, because Papa's in charge now, and he's not going anywhere.
Interesting.
Until next time.
You're the one making a name for yourself among the troops, aren't you? What is it you need?
Who are you?
My name is Carl. Glorious Caesar has sent me as an emissary to the Great Khans as a token of our alliance.
Alliance? Huh?
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
What does the Legion want with the Great Khans?
Though they have been cruelly oppressed by the NCR, the Khans remain great warriors. The Legion is honored to have such allies in battle.
What's your role in the Legion?
In exchange for Great Caesar's promise of all the lands west of New Vegas, the Khans have agreed to fight alongside the Legion when the time comes.
That's some other questions.
Speak then.
What do you think of the Great Khans?
They're a tribe of fine warriors with many proud traditions and a glorious history. They will be worthy additions to the Legion. Yes, goodbye.
I need to convince him to not join the Legion.
You've been doing good things for us.
I've come to ask the Great Khans break their alliance with Caesar's Legion.
Have you now? Well, you're a bold one, I'll give you that. But why should I do this for you?
Because I'm going to kill the Legion. Do you really think Caesar's going to restore your tribe to glory? You'll be made slaves.
Ha! The Great Khans will not be slaves. Caesar himself has promised us the land from here to the Colorado and the freedom to raid as we see fit. I won't hear any more talk against Caesar or his alliance. The Great Khans will answer Caesar's call to war, and the NCR will pay for their crimes. Farewell.
We need to fix this, but not right now.
I heard you try to convince Papa Khan not to join with Caesar's Legion.
Where'd you get out here?
I'd like to talk to you about that for a moment.
What is it you had in mind, Regis?
You want to convince Papa not to ally with Caesar, right? Trust me, you'll get nowhere just talking to him about it. He's fixated on restoring the glory of the Great Khans, and he sees Caesar as the path to that restoration.
So what do I do?
Papa can be a stubborn man, but he's not a tyrant. He listens to his tribe, and to 4 voices in particular: me, Jack, Diane, and Melissa. If you can convince all of us that allying with Caesar is a bad idea, you might be able to sway him.
Aren't you already convinced if we're having this conversation, pal?
I have my doubts about Caesar, yes, but I won't publicly go against Papa Khan based on nothing more than doubts. I've heard rumors that tribes who aligned with Caesar in the past were torn apart and reduced to slaves. Prove it, and I'll back you.
Alright. What about Jack and Diane? How could I convince them?
You'd have to talk to them, but those 2 have been thick as thieves since they were kids. Convince one, and the other will come around.
What about Melissa?
Ah, Melissa. She's a bit of a dreamer. Last time she was in camp, Carl filled her head with stories of serving the Legion as a speculatore. Personally, I've never seen a woman in Legionnaire's armor, so I have my doubts.
Okay, I'll see what I can do to convince everyone.
Good. Oh, one more thing. Caesar's representative, Carl, has become fast friends with Papa. Carl's the one who has him so fixated on this alliance. You'll probably have an easier time of things if you can find a way to get him out of the picture.
Have any ideas of how I could do that?
Carl talks prettily about the honor and nobility of the Great Khans, but I suspect his actual opinion is less flattering. Maybe you could find something he wrote that expresses that opinion, or trick him into losing his cool in the longhouse right in front of Papa.
I'll keep that in mind.
I would too, if I were you.
The first recon butchers are in the field again. I'd love to head down to Forlorn Hope and show them we haven't forgotten.
Alright. Oh my papa. Now, We should definitely get to work on that, but let's not jump the gun on it, because we don't want to make enemies of the Legion yet. Oh. Great Khan encampment. Okay. I'm gonna have to go all over anyway. Find Regis evidence that Caesar will annihilate the Khans. Convince Jack and Dane to speak out against Caesar. Okay. Cool. So this will take us across the wasteland anyway. Beautiful region. Alright, but I think that's it for this episode of Fallout New Vegas. Well, hope you've all enjoyed. End cards appearing in just a moment. Love all you very, very much, and ta-ta for now.
You know, I tried to measure my charisma on a Vitomatic vigor tester once. The machine burst into flames. It's just about time to get you some news. Unconfirmed reports say NCR's General Lee Oliver may have uprooted from his post at Camp McCarran in order to be present at Hoover Dam. NCR sources say that holding the dam against Caesar's Legion has become their main strategic priority, and this move would not be unexpected. Promotional consideration for this news program has been paid for by the Ultralux. The Ultralux. Live life in the lap of luxury. And now, Nat King Cole reminding us what really matters with love me as though there were no tomorrow. Because in New Vegas, hey, you never know.